Assalamualaikum everyone. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك كما صليت على إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله بكرة وأصيلا. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ورضا نفسه وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم.
Okay, assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Kader Sakkaria and today I am going to be your wonderful MC. So we're going to get through this program inshallah. Oh wow, thank you. Yes. I wanted to first thank you all for being here because we're not here to only celebrate my dad, Kader's book launch, but it's also a celebration for us as friends, as family, as a community. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has encouraged us all to outreach and network and find the right people to stand beside us, to be with us. He himself ﷺ said, try to have as many as possible true friends, for they are the supplies in joy and the shelters in misfortunes. So if you kind of like look around, you see the loving ones around you, the community that we're surrounded with, and it's something to be incredibly grateful for. We have the support and friendship that ties us together even during difficult times. So without further ado, I'm going to hand off the microphone to an accomplished financial services professional, as well as the president of Independent American Political Alliance of Illinois, Sister Ghazia Wajid.
Thank you very much, Shanaz. You are one of the best MCs ever. Better than Husna, I think, because she dished me tonight. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you very much for coming tonight to celebrate not just Kader Sakkaria's book launch, like Shanaz mentioned. We are here to celebrate everyone tonight. I would like to take a few minutes to talk about what has happened and how our community has transformed during the pandemic and come together. Most importantly, our community coming together, one of the most important things for me is IC in 248, which was a big eye-opener for our Muslim community. The 11 months journey that we had to win over the Naperville Council in a unanimous vote. What a great accomplishment for our Naperville community and how we all came together. Another important lesson that we learned is during the Trump era, how we really want to be involved in politics, not just politics, for any change that has to happen. If we are not at the table, we will be at somebody's menu. Thank you to lots of the organizations that we have, such as CIOGC, Coalition, NIAMA, IAPA, and individuals such as Dilara Saeed, Asad Khan, Maria Muzaffar, to name a few, that has done a lot, paving the way for us. One of the output of this is one of our youngest youth, and I would like to call her name upon, is Nabila Syed. She's only 22 years old, and she has the courage, and she's running for State Senate, Illinois District 51. Please give a round of applause for her to showing us this courage. second individual that I really want to talk about is Brother Junaid Ahmed, who is here among with us, who have shown the courage, the confidence to stand against the two-term incumbent, Raja Krishnamurti, and the big corporations running for Congress. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with him and give him the victory, inshallah. Third person who is also among with us, Brother Asad Khan. He resides on the library board in Streamwood, who is also leading some of the PACs. To name a few, IAPA, he's also part of CIOGC. His relentless work, the effort and hard work for our community. Please give a round of applause for Asad Khan. Thank you, Asad Khan. Next one would be Khaja Mohyuddin, our Hanover Park Township Assessor, who's already worked in showing wonders, working on the tax bill, and who's also started engaging our youth. And that is where we need all our people, our community come together to engage our youth. Big round of applause for Brother Khaja Mohyuddin. I don't see Sadia, but Sadia Covert is another one that I do want to mention about, who is our DuPage County Board member for District 5. She was one of the first one who created a new legislation, House Bill 2390, that makes easier to punish hate crime for the hijabis, and not just hijabis, hate crime individuals, and educate the offenders. Good job, Sadia, and let's just support her. There is a whole big list. If I want to go through, the night will not be enough. Thankful, like I said, the pandemic and Trump era and all these have helped us come together, and there are a list of individuals that I do want to recognize, just few names who have been a backbone in supporting our community, such as not just standing for elections, but backing, such as funding, supporting the candidates, boots on the ground, printing, to name a few. Brother Manan Khan, Brother Feroz Bohra, Brother Dr. Imad Sheikh, Brother Muhammad Fahim, Brother Wajahat Abidi, Dr. Ali Khan. I really want to apologize. Please forgive me if I forgot your name. I know there's a whole big list and entire night wouldn't be enough, and people are waiting for some of the songs and also the food, so I don't want to take it too long.
That's your better half.
It's coming. It's coming. So you see, with the limited support, contribution, and timeless effort, so far what we have achieved. Just imagine if we all come together, not just one city, Naperville, but all the cities that are in Illinois. Think about all the states, what we can do. We can do wonders. If we continue this, we can accomplish more, and we can set an example for our youth, and we can start engaging them. Name a few: Kader Sakkaria. We have few. Amina Ahmed. We have a lot of our youth that we would like to bring them to the table. We will be at the table and not on somebody's menu. Once again, like I said, it's just we want to be at the table, and that is where all the change will happen. Last but not least, I would like to request everybody that is here tonight to please get out there and vote. The biggest step is democracy, and we don't want to lose that. I also do want to recognize one another individual. I think he has brought a lot of people together without any of, he did put in a lot of effort, but it doesn't look like he did put any effort in it. He does seamlessly, and I would like to recognize Brother Shehbaz Khan. Thank you very much for doing that. You have brought a lot of people together, a lot of people that can support us and build a big community. Now I would like to invite Mr. Abdul Wajid to say a few words. Just to say a few words words about the voting. He's worked really hard and he knows exactly, he can walk you through on some of the points, how easy it is to register to vote, how easy it is to request mail-in ballots, some of the things that we can do so we don't have to stand on the line on the day of the election.
You want me to speak through it? Okay.
So, of course.
Yeah, well, just some information that I'm not rooted, they just pushed me into this piece of speech here. But what it is that I'm working with Junaid Bhai of Congress, and I'm also working with a lot of the community in April, so we can make our community or any community realize the importance of election and what's forthcoming this summer. So we have the mail-in votes that are essentially available for everybody to click and get that mail-in ballot mailed to you. So that's please go ahead and everybody do that. And then we have early voting that happens on 5/19. So once you get the ballot, the next significant date is the 5/19, wherein you go and the early voting booths are announced, and those informations are all like flyers, and you're all going to get it at some point. And then the primary elections on 6/27. So you have voter registrations that can happen, which people aren't registered. You can look up and see whether you are registered or not. There's a lookup. There's a QR code that we're going to pass on and everything. So basically, let's just people who are already registered. Look for the 331 for mail-in, click that. Once you have the ballot, fill in and send it out on 5/19 onwards, all the way until 5/27. And we have the primary elections on 6/28. So those are the dates. Is that enough information? I think all this is going to be everywhere on the social media platforms, as well as some of these events that we're going to pass these cards on. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Before I give it back to Shanaz, I do want to welcome Evelyn to the stage, who has been former Lieutenant Governor.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for having me. My name is Evelyn Sanguinetti, and I am the former Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Illinois. I'm so thankful that I was able to come over here today and, of course, see this book launch, which is so amazing. And I also want to reiterate the whole voting aspect. So, as your 47th Lieutenant Governor in the state of Illinois, I made history by being the first Latina in history to be a Lieutenant Governor. We never had a Latina. My mother comes from Fidel Castro's Cuba, so I could tell you firsthand that the vote is very important, because my family still does not have free elections in our native country. So with that, just know that freedom is not free, and this is why we need to fight very hard for the vote. So thank you so much for having me. And right now, I'm running for clerk. So if you vote for me in DuPage County, I'll be in charge of the Election Commission, and I'll make sure that voting is
Thank you so much. So I was essentially given the greatest honor to give an ego booster to my dad and give a wonderful introduction. So let's get ready to kick off. I'm just going to highlight a few